Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. I'm just getting set up still. Hope you are great. Hope you are doing wonderful. Today I have my candle and I have my tea. So we're going to be chit chatting today. And I have some notes. I have some notes today. So come on in the room. Come on in the room. I want to go vertical on this. We'll see. No. Let's see if I go this way. Orientation is lock, rotate back. Well, I don't want to do that. Okay, I guess we're here today, guys. I guess we are here for this experience. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. As I continue to get set up. Come on in. And we'll wait probably about 3 to 5 minutes as I play my Hertz music to get the atmosphere situated. I hope you guys had a great week this week. It's Sunday. Cheers to you. You made it another week. That is already a blessing. You're in your right mind. You are on purpose. You have vision. You have destiny. You have dreams. You are here. You made another week. So cheers to you. Come on in the room. Come on. Let's chit chat. I have some notes. It's going to be a great discussion today. So I hope you came prepared. And whoever pops in, we'll see who is a trusted advisor. I will make you a moderator if so. The music that you hear in the background is 963 Hertz music. So we're going to get started on this live today. We're going to be discussing action, traction, and distraction. Which one are you in? Which season are you in? Action, traction, or distraction? There has been a lot going on this week. This week, let me turn this down a little bit till some more people come in. I know a lot of you guys are busy. The games are on. So kudos to you if the games are on and you're watching it and you're partying or whatever it is that you're doing. Have fun out there. Be safe. Be safe out there in those streets. But if you're here on joining me live, or if you're going to join in on the recorded session, I appreciate you joining in. This is Riva Reveals. I am Riva, and today I'm going to be revealing how you can optimize your life. Hey, nobody, what's up? Whoop, whoop. Always on the spot. Let me see if I can make your moderator set some crazy people come in. Step it up here. Double tap your screen to like the stream. It's free to like and subscribe. Thank you. I really appreciate you. And I'm sending you great vibes, great energy today. Nobody. Like sharpens iron, iron sharpens iron, a friend sharpens a friend. So I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you joining me, and I am going to make you a moderator if I remember how. So, yes. So, yep, I'm not going to do that right now because we're good to go. So, yay, I'm a mod already. How the heck? So that was from last time. Okay, yep, always a moderator. Once a moderator, always a moderator. Okay, let's get this work. Nobody. If there's something that you want to discuss or you want to dive deeper in, you comment down below. And if somebody else is here and let's chit chat. Let's talk, let's chit chat. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start because I have a lot to go over. So this week was a full moon on September 17th. And I don't know about you, but my energy was high, right? I couldn't sleep the whole night. It was I went to bed early, like I normally do at about 9 o'clock or so. And then before you knew it, I was up at like 1 o'clock. And then I even felt that urge, that unction. I wanted to be outside. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to be outside. I don't even know what that was about. Um, but I didn't go outside. I went outside in the morning at about 5 o'clock. But at 1 o'clock, I wanted to be outside. Like I wanted to be in that full moon energy for some reason. And if you or anyone else, if that resonates with you guys, then just drop me a chat or a comment below if you're watching on the recorded. Please let me know because I know that the energy, what's going on in the cosmics definitely affects us because everything is energy, everything moves around in the ether. So the full moon energy and the new moon energy and the moon being in Pisces was pulling. And so I felt like I was in high vibes, but I was making sure that I was watching my mindset, my thoughts, and I was making sure that I was operating in a positive space because during this time it's well known that it could pull on your energy and it could pull you down. So I figured if I could raise my vibrations and make sure I did all of my positive affirmations, I made sure that I studied and I prayed and I meditated a lot, that I would protect my energy and my space and I would actually be the opposite of what most people in their carnal minds were, which was low level, low thinking, stinking thinking, right? Unable to sleep. Yeah. So you know what? I just came into agreement. I was like, okay, I can't sleep. So let me get up and meditate. Let me get up and work. Let me get up and put some good things in my ear and my spirit so that I can manifest what I wanted to manifest in this next season of my life. With that said, it's my birthday week. It's my birthday week. I won't say how young I am. I don't like to say old. I am always recreating and regenerating every single day. So I am not getting old. I'm just getting better and better and better. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get into today's topic, which is action, traction, or distraction. Which one are you in? Drop it in the chat. Right now, so I was distracted. So let's be clear. So full moon had me I let all my energy go, then I replenish with new energy. For sure, for sure, for sure. No doubt. So I was in the distracted phase for a little bit. I was somewhere down in OPP, right? What is OPP? Other people's problems, other people's perceptions, and other people's pressures. So that's where I was for a little bit. I was wrapped up into OPP and it was causing me to be distracted and not moving into action or traction phases. And this is a triangle and most of the energy and most of people are down here in distraction and it's so easy. We have the elections coming up. We have the news always on. We have Diddy getting arrested finally or whatever, however you may feel about that. But a lot of those things were keeping us distracted. And so I made a video this week about doom scrolling and being distracted because a lot of times that's where we are. We are distracted. We are manifesting those things that are coming up in the news. We are manifesting bad vibes. We are manifesting bad energy. We are perpetuating what we see on TV or what we hear other people telling us that's not positive, that's not for our benefit, that's not for our good use. It's not good for our business. It's not good for who we're called to. It's not good for our visions, our dreams, our purpose, our destiny. We're sitting there listening and being programmed by the system instead of creating our own program for our lives, for our families, for our jobs, for our culture. And then we wonder why we don't have traction or action. It's because we're damn tired. We're tired. We're being perpetuated. Positive thoughts. This is what nobody is saying. Positive thoughts, words, actions create positive feelings. Positive feelings generate positive energy. Yes, it does. But a lot of times, news and social media, what sells? Negativity sells, hype sells, whether it's good or whether it's good, but most of the time when it's bad, when it breeds fear, when it breeds distraction, when it breeds all of those negative emotions, that's what sells. So they're going to keep selling you the lie to keep you from doing what you're supposed to be doing in this season. Because if more people did what they're supposed to do in this season, guess how broader and better the world will be. But the system wants to keep us distracted. Isn't that funny? I'll give you a moment. Think about it. Me, myself, I spent about 3 hours on my phone this week. 3 to 4 hours. I took a screenshot. I put it in my video. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. If you haven't subscribed to my page, if you're feeling this kind of message, then hit that subscribe button, because I am trying to bring more value to more viewers and bring this message to more people so they can get out of the distraction block into the action and traction block. This is where energy flows, energy and motion stays in motion. I'll say this, where your focus goes, energy flows. We know that, right? Where your focus goes, energy flows. So if you're sitting there on social media thinking about, I mean, I did this before. I did this like 4 months ago. I was all wrapped up into the Diddy case, like I was with the Epstein case, because I thought it was very interesting and intriguing. Not to realize that I was not doing what I was called to do. Diddy didn't already did what he did. All that stuff has already happened. The trial will come. He will get his conviction, however that is, it will come. At the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, well, what's going on with me? What have I done for me? What have I done for the family? What have I done for my business? What have I done on my job? Have I fulfilled my purpose? Have I made my world a better place? Have I operated in my universe, universe? How have I affected the people around me? Or have I infected them? Or have I infected them? Because all that negative news, that stinking thinking that it's causing us to have is creating the reality that we don't want to have. Right? I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to take a pause and drink that tea. It's creating for us the environment that we don't want, that we can't flourish in. Right? When we sit there and we feed ourselves, what we feed our spirit grows. So if we're feeding ourselves the propaganda, the news, the distractions, we're going to continue to be in the distracted field. But if we start writing down our vision, and I have my journal here on my desk, if we start writing down those great idea fairies that come to us, if we write them down before they escape our minds, because that's how it works, because our minds have been filled with so much other garbage the good stuff doesn't get planted, because the soil is not fertile. The soil has like that bad fertilizer, the pesticides in there. So you can't even hold to make us on a lower vibration. Yeah, it is control. It is mind control. It's modern day mind control. That's what media is. I don't care what media news outlet you do watch, CNN, Fox, whatever it is. It's all hype, right? What kind of news you got going on in your heart? I said something on one of my videos: what the mind can conceive and the heart believes, the hand will achieve. I'm just going to let that soak in right there while I drink my tea. Fluoride in the water to calcify the pineal gland. Yep, exactly. It's important to get that right kind of toothpaste, right? Or use coconut oil to brush your teeth to make sure that you're not continually infecting your body, right? But the word says like it's more important what comes out of the body than what you put in. But I think it's really important both, right? Because what comes out is what you have planted inside of you, right? So if I'm feeding my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit all week spiritually on negativity, on news, on all of these things down here, that's a distraction. The social media is keeping me competing and comparing, right? I have a YouTube page. I don't like to say only 330, because guess what? All of those 330 are blessed bodies, individuals, value people that I love, that decided for me to be a part of their universe. So I get on social media or YouTube itself, and then I start looking at other people's pages, right? And they're saying less than me, meaning less. They're not putting forth value material, right? They're repeating what they hear other people say. about how to grow their YouTube page or how to grow their spirit, how to manifest their destiny, how to walk upright, how to grow their businesses. They're repeating what other people say, and nothing's unique, right? Because they haven't wrote the vision for themselves. They haven't taken the time to hear what's in their spirit, what's coming from on high, right? And so they're just repeating and perpetuating, which is also propaganda, right? But it's getting views, it's getting likes, it's getting subs. So look, I'm not mad at you and I'm not here to throw shade. What I am saying is my channel is built upon truth and is I want to resonate. I want to partner with you so that you can live the best life, the life that you desire and deserve. But guess what? You got to write it. I can't write it for you. It is already predestined. You just have to tap in, right? So I'm asking you, did you put forth action this week and tap into your life's purpose? Did you get quiet enough? Did you turn off the TV? Did you get off social media? Did you turn on some meditational music? Did you just get quiet? Shh, 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 shh. Put it on mute, like Beyonce say. On mute, get quiet, quiet your mind, and hear what your inner man was saying. Did you do that? I did. I have to do it all day, every day, because past programming, because of how I grew up, because of what other people said about me, what I said about me, what I thought they were saying about me that they weren't saying about me. Those limits and beliefs that I talked about on my other video. Please go check it out. So that's what I'm working through. I have traction. I have taken action, and I have traction this week, and I'm continuing to do this work. This work, the shadow work. Nobody said he quit smoking. Kudos to you, brother. Kudos, because breaking vices is a hard thing. Your smoking is no different from me overthinking. Your smoking is no different from me competing and comparing. Your smoking is no different from going back in my mental recorder thinking about what I couldn't have or what I could have growing up. That's no different. So I did, yes, you use hypnotherapy on yourself. So that's great. Paul McKenna, he's a great person to listen to. As I meditated, I listened to him and I put myself in a safe space to be able to program my mind, my conscious thoughts, right? My subconscious thoughts that were coming in so that my conscious thoughts will be better. So that I can have more action and traction. So I am gaining traction because that's a perpetual state of being, right? Movement, energy, emotion stays in motion. If I stop, then guess what? Or slow down, then I won't have that momentum going. I want to keep with the momentum. Is there anybody else? I want to ask that in the chat. Drop it in the comments. What are you working on for yourself? Are you working on your mental, your physical? Because I'm also working on physical. I was able to drop 15 pounds in like 3 weeks because I made up my mind, right? And I believed in my heart that I could do it. And I started intermittent fasting. I started praying and meditating. And I was able to bring forth the body that I desire and deserve. And no, this is not a brag, baby. It's a humble presence of God's Spirit in me, able to do what I've called it to do because the power lives within me to get all things accomplished, right? So I was able to do that. What are you working on? Drop it in the chat. What are you working on? Don't be scared. I'm here to partner with you. I'm here to partner. I told you, I'm your brown auntie, and your brown auntie is finding her voice, finding her space. Partner with me. Well done on your weight loss. Thank you. You know why? Because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Right, and I'm going to make a video about it. I have another video about intermittent fasting and weight loss, right, and walking 10,000 steps. I got my steps in today, baby. Me and my husband, we were able to walk. I had my AirPod in because I'm still going to multitask and listen to my personal development stuff. And let me see what I was listening to this morning. I think I was listening to Neville Goddard, but I was listening to a podcast and we were walking. I was looking at the moon and the sky. Oh, my God, it was so amazing. And then it was crazy, too, because yesterday I listened to a co-manifester, and she was, I loved it, too, because she said, you will see purple flowers, right? So this was like a small manifestation test. So I was like, okay, I'm going to test it. So last night before I went to bed, I came into agreement because that's all manifestation. It's not all woo woo. People who are so religious are like, oh my God, you're not supposed to be manifesting. God is, yes, God is. And God says, I live in you and you live in him. If my word lives in you and you live in me, right? He should abide in you. You can do the same thing as Christ did. And even when my mom passed, I asked that question because I'm that crazy. And I say crazy in a good way. When my mom passed, right, she had been sick in her physical body for a long time. Woman of faith, beautiful soul. She had been sick in her body for a while, right? Her body was tired, and she passed. And I said, "Well, I want to see. Like, I don't know. I just had this. I was at the table having coffee, and I said, why wasn't she healed? Why couldn't she have a miracle?" And my spirit said, we don't have Christ consciousness, right? Christ was an evolved higher sage, and we don't have Christ consciousness. So since we don't have Christ consciousness, we couldn't do Christ things. He did miracles. Christ would look at a fig tree and say, you're not producing, so he made it die and wither, right? It's like not producing. So producing is a part of our inheritance. That's what we should be doing. Isn't that, is that Bible? Is that truth? The ones who are religious, who are Bible believers, if we're not producing. So the word of God says that we should be multiplying. We should be reigning and have dominion, right? So I asked, I was like, oh, we don't have Christ consciousness. It just came up to me. So that was many, many years ago. My mom's passed for a long time. She transitioned, right? She passed over, right? Her spirit still lives. She's doing her thing wherever she is. She comes to visit me sometimes in my dreams. Y'all might think I'm crazy. I don't care because I'm not concerned about other people's perceptions. I don't care. So whoever you are that's watching, if it's someone I don't know, it's okay. It doesn't resonate with you. It's okay. Because I no longer care, because I am empowered now, right? I'm empowered. So Christ conscious is what we should be walking in. We should be believing. We should be operating in, right? So once he showed me that, I said, okay, that's it. And it's been a journey ever since. And I believe, thank you. You're not crazy. I know. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the encouragement. So now I'm beginning to believe everything. Going back to the purple flowers. So yesterday I went to sleep in agreement that I would see purple flowers somewhere, somehow. And guess what happened? I'm on the walk this morning and I walked past two bushes on separate times with purple flowers. Even last night, I was watching a video and this lady had on a shirt that had purple flowers on her shirt. And I was like, okay, I hear you. Sixth sense. Yes. It is funny too because we have these five senses to operate in this material world. We also have our other same five senses plus more to operate in the spirit realm, right? But I think so many people, because of this distraction, right, or them not knowing or being dubious, they don't know, they're doubtful, they don't know about this, and they don't have time because they spend their time down here in this distractionville, right? They don't have time to allow themselves to come up, or maybe they do have time and then they have a sense of disbelief because it's foreign, it's different, it's not the status quo, so they just decide to stay down here instead of taking action to learn something new, to open their mind and their heart up with the protection of God, with the protection of light and love, to learn biblical principles or your spiritual principles. They don't even, so say someone doesn't resonate with the Bible. Okay, go to what resonates with you and do that. But guess what happens? People don't even do that, right? They're quick to tell you how you're wrong, but then they don't optimize their own beliefs or their own path. But they're quick to tell you, so they're distracted, and then they're trying to distract you. You have an open heart and open mind. Thank you. Yes, and dogmatic, for sure. And, once you see, you can't unsee. That's the thing. Once God opened my eyes, I couldn't close them back. So that's why I don't have to apologize, because I know it wasn't man that did this. God opened my eyes. And I was in a religious Christian. I am Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. But I was in that dogmatism. I was in that dogmatic organization. That's what I'm going to call it. And Christ said when he was coming back, he's coming back to put down every government. Every government will be in order. Because at the end of the day, The way is the only way. The way is the only way. He didn't say, you know, okay, you have to be a Christian. The way is the only way. The way to truth and light and life. That's the only way. So getting back to this, how many hours do you spend on social media? Okay, and so when I say social media, I don't count YouTube long form comment like documentaries or personal development or self help stuff or books on tape or audio books, things like that, productivity things. The Bible, I'm learning it in Hebrew. Yes, oh my God, that just blessed my soul. I love it because in Hebrew, let's go there. Let's go there for the ones that are watching on the recording, on the playback. So in Hebrew, the words are written, right? The Jewish words in Hebrew are written in the numerical Hebraic words, right? Which are numbers. Every letter has a numerical value, right? Numbers, you weigh things by the numbers, right? For so far 25 minutes watching you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm like, look, right, you're the only one. And that's fine because it's supposed to be like that. Last week when we talked, when we chit chatted, you weren't on the second one. I had low energy anyway. I shouldn't have been up there. But on the other one, 115 people joined in to see what we were chit chatting about. So thank you for being my iron. Iron sharpens iron, a friend sharpens a friend. So I appreciate you. So getting back to the Hebrew. So I'm going to do a video about numbers and how numbers follow you if you're paying attention. If you're in action state and you are in harmony and in spirit and in tune with your higher self, you will have a spiritual awakening. I had a spiritual awakening when I was in Guam. You're welcome. In Guam, I woke up and it felt as if I had been asleep for like 3 hours or 4 hours. I went to sleep at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and it felt like I had been asleep for 3 hours. I woke up and the clock said 1111. And that was the first time I had ever seen it, and it resonated with me. To be honest, it was probably the first time I had ever seen it with my spiritual eyes. So I closed my eyes, and then I couldn't go to sleep. Something kept saying, well, what's 1111? And that's what it sounded like. Like I was asking myself 1111. And so the next morning, I woke up and I looked up 1111 because it would not leave me alone. Like I could not shake it. And it said spiritual awakening. And that once I started seeing 1111, I may see more numbers synchronicities. And guess what happened? Nobody. 333. Yes, I see it all the time. 333. 222. 1222 is the number right now. That's my angel number. That's the number all week when I was about to buy a house. 444 was coming up. When I was about to buy a car, 444 was coming up. When I got a promotion on my job, 444 was coming up. So I know about numbers. I know about angel numbers. I know about Hebraic numbers, right? And that everything holds weight. That's why in the word it says that, you have to make sure that the scales are balanced because God's measuring all things, right? He's measuring all things. He's measuring everything. How did you do with what you've been given while you were here, right? So I don't know where I was going with that, the numbers, but anyway, today I saw the purple flowers and I said, oh, wow, okay, I manifested that. So if the purple flowers, I can manifest that, what else can I manifest? What are you manifesting in your season? Me, I'm manifesting your chakras. Yeah, I know about chakras. I don't know like a whole lot. I know enough. I was studying chakras and I know about the heart chakra and this solar plexus chakra. So yes, know about those. But what are you manifesting in this season? What dreams, desires, visions, plans, goals are you manifesting? I do want to talk about action, right? Sometimes people think, well, I'm lazy. Or I don't feel like it, right? I don't have energy. Well, we already discussed you don't have energy because maybe you're distracted. Maybe you're spending too much time on other things and other people in other places, right? And you should be spending more time with yourself, on yourself, for yourself, right? So that you can not only do the things, but you can become the things in order to do the things, right? So in this season, I am manifesting 1,000 subscribers on my channel and 4,000 watch hours. And that is the minimum. If you want to help me with that, if you feel led with that, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button if anything resonates with you. That is what I am manifesting right now. And I don't have to do it, right? Because it's already done. What I have to do is bring myself up to that level of having it. It's not like I'm bringing it forward to me. It's I'm bringing myself to it because it's already there. For example, I heard somebody talking about, and I like her a lot. She's a fellow manifester on YouTube. She was talking about it's not that you don't have the thing. Say you go to a wax museum, and Michael, you're in the rock era or soul era, and you see Michael Jackson, Donna Summer, and all that. But for some reason, you knew, or on the pamphlet, it says in another room there was Bach or Beethoven or whatever. And you're like, oh, it's not there. I don't see it. Well, it's not that you don't, it's not there. It's not that it's not there. It's just you can't see it because you haven't entered that space yet. So shout out to her because she gave me that perspective of it's not that I don't have it, that I can't have it. I already have it. I already have it. It is in my spirit. I just have to continue to navigate and look for it, be attuned and aware of it, right? Tune my consciousness to be able to receive it, right? Negative subconscious thoughts and limited beliefs sometimes get us in our way. It clogs our vision. That's why when Saul, right, had his vision, God had to remove the scales from his eyes because he couldn't see. Right? He couldn't see. He had to be transformed. Right? He couldn't see. So God had to take the scales from his eyes so that he could see what level, what plane he was operating on. And guess what? After that, it was over. And Paul wrote most of the New Testament through his experiences. Go read them. Go read them for yourself. Talk about miracles. Talk about manifesting. Talking about taking dominion. Talk about, reigning. Oh my. Like if we could be like them, if we could be like Christ, if we could be like Paul, we could be. If we could be like Jesus, we are, right? But we just have to remove the scales and recognize who we are. And speaking of who we are, I'm going to be coming out with a video this week. Yes, manifest I am Om. Yes, Shalom. That's why Om, yes, Om. When people say, okay, Shalom, right? Because that is the spirit and the resonance of God, the higher self. Shalom, the God of peace, God of precedence, God of, he's omnipotent, he's omnipresent. He is everything all at the same time, everywhere, doing all things. So it is so amazing how we're able, if we can recognize, if we can remove the scales from our eyes, and if we can remove the scales of our eyes and believe in our heart that we can do all things, we can have all things, we can become all things by the transforming of our mind, it would be amazing, right? If we can really stop being distracted and take action and stay with the traction, stay on track, right? Stay on track. So it's funny though, in the word distraction and traction, the word action is in each one. Isn't that funny? Because this is energy. So you're either running away from your goals, dreams, plans, visions because you're confused, you're distracted, you're on social media, you're talking about other people's problems, you're gossiping, whatever. You're letting other people's agendas, right? Somebody will ask you out for lunch, right? And you're supposed to be making that video. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, girl, yeah, I'll go out to lunch with you. Knowing you're supposed to be doing the thing, knowing you're supposed to be writing the book, knowing you're supposed to be reaching the masses, knowing you're supposed to be working on your business, but you're like, okay, yes, I'll go, because you don't know how to say no. No is a yes. Do you realize that? When you say sometimes no, not saying you have to say all the time no, right? But when you say no sometimes, because you have to take care of something, what is great fun is when you connect the energy field of your heart and your brain. Yes, nobody. Heart and brain connectedness. So speaking of which, when you're so connected, when you're able to say, no, I'm not able to go today, but another time would be better. because you know your heart and mind are in alignment to what you've been called to do and what you've been called to produce and what you've been called to become, right? You're okay with saying no because that's saying yes to yourself. Sometimes it's okay to say no. I was telling one of my friends that because she was feeling really guilty. I think it was guilt about saying no. She's saying yes to her mother. She's saying yes to her friends. She's saying yes to her kids all the time. I do the same thing sometimes with my children that I say yes to. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do that. Sometimes I say no, though, because no helps you to grow sometimes. I'm just going to leave that right there and drink some tea. No helps you to grow. So with that said, nobody, I really appreciate you and I appreciate all of your comments. I really appreciate all your comments because you help me. You help me to bring out things that I didn't know that I had inside of me, and it's going to be for the benefit of all. So I really appreciate you. Affirmations, I am being subscribed to. Okay. Okay, I'll use that one. So nobody says to me, nobody is his log on. So nobody says for me to use my affirmations to say I am being subscribed to. So I'm going to start using that tonight as I meditate, as I believe for greater, because I already have it, right? And it's funny when you start just becoming bold and start saying, I already have it, it's already mine. I am being subscribed to. Thank you. Thank you for liking it. Yay, I know. Thank you. I liked it too. It fed my soul. And if you're joining in from the record, thank you for joining in. Stay the whole time. We've been on here 36 minutes and 22. I told you 22 is my number. 22 seconds. And I hope that you all have a blessed, prosperous, on purpose week. And that you remember that sometimes your no is a yes to yourself. Be blessed and be prosperous. Goodbye. I will see you on probably Friday and Sunday, but you can see me in my other videos this week. Share with a friend. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, nobody.